Here is the top 10 list of the most important best practices for email deliverability in 2026. Number 1, set up your SPF DKIM DMARC. I've done a whole video about that. We can talk more about it in that video, but that is super important. You want to make sure it's set up for your main email account, like your O365, your G Suite, but also for your bulk sender. Make sure your bulk sender is going to be valid, and that's very important. Our email checker tool is, here's the email address to send to have it check. You want to send it from your main O365 and send it from your bulk mail sender, like your Constant Contact. We make a product called Hyperflux if you're interested in that, but our email test tool here will help you know whether you're set up properly and give you back a free quick report. We're not going to spam you or anything of that nature, just free information back. Number 2 is going to be your list hygiene. Your email sender score is very important, so maintain a good permission list. Make sure that any bounces that are not, due to out of office or something like that, you want to get those off the list. You want to make sure that your list is as clean as possible. Poor list quality is a fast way to end up with a damaged reputation, especially now with all the AI tools. Number 3, warm up the domains. Warm up the IP address gradually. The amount of time is not a precise. I don't know the exact number. I do know that doing like 10, 20, 25, 30, something like that over your first couple of weeks is going to be very important. That has worked for us. You don't want to put too many domains on the same IP. You don't have to just do one IP, one domain. You can use multiple domains on it. But remember, the IP address and that domain combination is what's being tracked. So watch that. Monitor your reputation. So the tools I want you to look at on this is going to be the Google Postmaster and what is called the Microsoft SNDS, Microsoft Sends. So that is a good third-party setup, from Microsoft and Google to monitor. It's not going to have any data when you start. So you're not going to see anything for the first 30 days. You may not even see anything for the first 60 to 90 days. But over time, it'll start collecting data and giving you feedback. Now on to tip number 5 is going to be your content. Just make sure that you're doing good, high-quality content. AI slop doesn't help, and even we've had many times our marketing team has put out what looks like a really good email that has fallen on its face. The content has to be really good inside of it, so that is going to be that you need to make sure that you are experimenting with good content, but also avoid trigger things such as free money, excessive caps, too many links and images. You can build up the amount of links. I have a newsletter that we send out for a client that's got a bunch of links in it. We have some that only have one. It depends on how the readers use it. If you have a bunch of links, the readers have to be able to click on. If you're talking about e-com and you're talking about products, that's a different story. That's e-com, e-marketing. You can put products in there, product images. That's a different thing than a newsletter content. Tip number 6 is going to be your subject line. So really think about your subject line, maybe A/B test that. I like to A, B, C, D, E, F test it. And in some cases, what we have done a couple of times is we took our list, we broke it up into 5, and we sent a chunk of it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we tailored the subject line, not with the day of the week, but we put different subject lines in, so we were testing a different subject, different time of day. Tip number 7, include easy to find unsubscribe. Even if this is a email that you got from being transactional, meaning you've had some contact with the person, it is not falling into the canned spam world. If you haven't emailed them in a while, go ahead and err on the side of adding that unsubscribe into it. What you don't want to do is get a dink on your report. You don't want to get a canned spam violation or a fine. Number 8, this is something that is becoming much more popular in 2026. Segment your list. So hyper-personalization with AI is something that became a fad and I've seen fall away a little bit, but hyper-segmenting so that you make sure that you're sending the content about a product to a person that it's going to be more interested in that product. Also, segment out. I hate it when a marketer sends me information about a product I have already bought from them, especially if they've lowered the price or if they're offering better deals on it, or something of that nature that is now making me think, oh, I should have waited to make that purchase, or there's something now better. Think about how you segment that. So that is something that you want to do with your list, as well as think about the segmentation and the automation that can go behind that, such as doing like a shopping cart abandonment, but do it for a section of your website. Tip number 9, follow the rules for bulk sending with Gmail, Yahoo, Microsoft are the 3 that I think you need to most look at. When I say Microsoft, that's going to be O365, Hotmail, Bing, any of their brands. Gmail is going to be free, and G Suite. You're going to want to look at the rules that they put out there and keep an eye on those, because when you're in the game of bulk sending, you have to follow those rules, or you could be found out of compliance, and that's something you don't want to do. Tip number 10 is test. And when you think you've tested enough, test some more. Monitor your results, iterate. That is where, after you've done some sending over time, you've got a really good reputation. You can put in a tracking pixel into the email. You can do some things such as adding more images, adding more template, add more professional look. Start your emails off looking very simple, like a human to human wrote it, then add on the logos and the complexity. Focus on building the trust with the sender. It will also help build trust with the mail recipient. So both of them go hand in hand. So that's my my final wrap up there, and my quick tip is create really good content and do a good trust relationship between you and the person that you're sending it to, and put the hat on of, would I open this up if I didn't work for the company and wanted to look at this, or is this marketing slop that I slapped out in 15 minutes using ChatGPT? If you like this video, or even if you didn't, you're looking for deeper technology videos, we do a monthly webinar. It is a Zoom webinar where we do Q&A. We work with a lot of CEOs, CFOs. It is really a mastermind. It gives you a lot of tips and tricks, how you can optimize your infrastructure, optimize your company. It even works for the small business single operators. It's over here.